Wow. Today is day 28. Today is the last day of our 4th week. So it's basically a month. 28 days, 4 weeks. Yep, pretty crazy. I didn't even know where to start. Thank you, everyone, for the support and just keeping me going. It really has been very good for my motivation to have this source of external accountability. It's definitely helped quite a bit in the moments when I felt, that I was about to break or, go off the plan. It's just knowing that, I can't eat something that I shouldn't, or I just, knowing that I got you here and I have to show you what I'm eating every day. It's been good. It's been good for me. Thank you. Last couple of days have been a little weird just because there's been a lot of work. And without really knowing, I did a very long fast. So if you remember yesterday's video, I had lunch. I wasn't too thrilled with lunch. And then by the time dinner came around, I just was kind of cranky and it didn't really feel like eating anything. And so I just didn't eat anything. And then I woke up this morning and I was feeling a little anxious about work stuff. And I just kind of I was in go mode. And I had a coffee and that was it. And then by the time I realized I should probably eat something, it was close to 3. And then at 5, I had a dinner and I said, oh, fuck it. We've already gone the 24 hours. Let's go a little bit more. So I think the official number is maybe 26 hours. That was the fast, but we did it and I feel pretty good. So yeah, tomorrow we start week number 5. So this is 4 whole weeks. You know what? Tomorrow we're going to do a weigh-in and have a final tally on technically the first month of doing this. That's amazing. Thank you. Whew. It's just crazy to think, I was sort of preparing for this mentally for a while before we started. And you always think about it in terms of technically how you're going to do things, right? So what am I going to eat and how am I going to make sure that I'm on track and all of that stuff. But I always fail to account for the emotional, psychological aspect of this. And that's always the trickiest part, because I feel like when we're planning, we're mostly thinking that we're going to feel our best. And that has always been my downfall, thinking that I can do this. Oh, I'll do it. And we sort of prepare for, I can do this. I'm going to plow through it. It's going to be perfect. And, we always fail to account for the emotional, psychological aspects of something as challenging as this. And so I think what has really worked for me this time was working on sort of designing a system that could still work at my worst days. And, it's still a work in progress. I'm still refining everything and I'm trying to document as much as possible. But if I had to choose one thing that is a total win for this first month of doing this, it's not necessarily anything other than I'm trying to do things differently this time, and I'm trying to figure out a way to rely on a system that works in the worst days. And so I think that's the biggest win for this month. So thank you. Okay, let's take a look at dinner today. So, like I said, I didn't eat anything. So breakfast was just a cup of coffee with my 16 grams of sugar that I normally do. And so that is that. But let's take a look at what I had for dinner. It ended up being a pretty low-calorie meal and pretty healthy for the most part. So there's like garlic shrimp and like a grilled shrimp skewer with a little bit of rice, so you can see there, and some broccoli. So pretty benign, pretty good. And it turns out that it was only like 600 calories or a little less. So it wasn't the most filling, especially after like a 26-hour fast. I'm feeling okay right now, like don't necessarily feel full, don't necessarily feel like I need to eat anything else, but I do have some of these berries that are getting old and they're basically in their last leg, so I need to eat them now. So I figured I make like a little dessert between this and a macadamia bar that is pretty good. I mean, as far as like health bars, this is as good as it gets. I don't think I've had something this good that was technically healthy. So I'm gonna have a little chocolate and berries, and let's take a look at the numbers for this. 61 grams of carbs, and that mostly comes from the rice. Then protein and fat. 40 grams of protein, 49 grams of fat. And then the total for the day, including dessert, is 907 calories. Now, yesterday was only 1334. So we're about 2,200 calories for the last 2 days. I don't know, it's interesting. I mean, more carbs than anything today. Again, I feel like I want to do in the future, I want to do more experimentation, you know, just keep things interesting a little bit more, even if they're a little wacky, that's fine. But yeah, this is interesting to see, just like a very low calorie 2 days. My lumen measurements have been kind of weird. Like the past couple of days, they were, a 4 and a 4, and then I got a 2 this morning. But want to see what happens with that. So yeah, that is it for today. Let's see what happens tomorrow. So we'll do our weigh-in. We'll take a look at that, do a little assessment. Maybe, we can see how I'm looking. But yeah, 4 weeks down. Crazy. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. 1 month check-in.